I don't know what to do with my hands.
You have stuff in your hands.
Going down on Hellebuck.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. His name is Craig Ludwig, and he is a drop machine. But you know what? Sam is also a drop machine. In fact, if he ever upsets our producer, Ryan, he can get bombarded with his own drops. And it's happened already. So, but we're not going to do that today. How smart are we?
Me and Ryan are a mutual hate.
Or how dumb are we? May be the better question. Let's find out. 2/3 of the way through the NHL season here on DLLS.
Maybe playoff teams.
Hi.
No, it's got to be your bowl.
This is the DLS
My
Stars
bowl.
podcast. I was going to let them go and see what happens. Then I was thinking, well, for our audio listeners, if it's just silent and then these two start talking, they'd be like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
So I thought maybe I'd make a more
There's
formal
Sean.
intro. We have Sean. We have Luds. We have Sam. I'm Owen. And of course, our producer is Ryan. We are thrilled to have you here on this Friday, February 6th. Before we get into all the fun and boy, making fun of ourselves is, I know,
I have
quite
no
entertaining. Let's talk about the big show, big game, Die Hard sale going on right now. This is a huge deal. 60% off
That's
the
crazy.
normal annual Die Hard rate.
More than 50.
That is more than 50.
Yep.
And you
But it's
also
less
get
than
a free
70.
shirt of
It
your
is.
choice. You can get any of the DLLS hockey shirts, the ones that are Stars related. Sam is wearing the Otter right now. Luz is wearing the classic DLS flag shirt. Actually, is one of my favorites because it's
Classic.
the original. It's classy,
classy. That's
very.
classy.
I'm wearing the. This is what Luz calls the green one. This is part of the
they're
face-off
identical
collection.
shirts except ones that got nipples on it. Apparently,
This one does
according to Sam.
not. Well,
I wore that
throwing
one.
stars.
Wore that one to the gym this
Yep.
morning. People
And
were
then
commenting on my
Sean
nipples.
is showing us the QR code because I'm guessing he's not wearing one of the shirts. So
Sean, I think I can quote him. When they
And
buy
he's
me
muted.
one, I'll
Sean,
wear
you're
it.
muted.
no, they have one for him.
It's just not shipped.
It
It's
hasn't been
here.
shipped yet, so we got to work on it.
It's arrival is if it gets into the mail and arrives at my doorstep, I will send a picture to the group of when it arrives.
He does have the amalgamation shirt.
He does.
That's one
I do.
of his
I do.
favorites.
I've worn that one, the red one.
Was that his Die Hard shirt? You got a free shirt, or did you get sent that?
No, we got him for that as because we all
Oh,
got
we all
one of the
picked one.
Dallas collection.
I should
I
have
had,
picked that.
I
one.
had
Well,
the
I-
Nolan Ryan shirt. Ventura shirt.
And I also want to be clear on something. I only got that one because I picked it up in person out of Ben's office. In person, I had to get on a flight to
That's
go
true, you
get
were
it.
here.
It was
I mean
not-
that tracks, doesn't it,
Yeah,
Lutz?
it does.
Yeah, he does. Usually, Lutz is very quick to tee off on.
I think
Ben.
we're getting shirts made up for draft day.
okay.
Draft
2029.
Or not trade day. Sorry.
Trade deadline day.
for draft day. It says you're going
Is there
to
a
be
show
here
called Draft
all
Day?
day.
Is there a TV show called
There's
Draft
a
Day or
movie.
The
That's right,
movie.
that's
Movie.
right.
Kevin
You're
Costner.
thinking,
Yeah.
you're
Trade
thinking
day.
of training day.
We should have
Trade deadline shirts.
training day.
That's what you're thinking of.
No, but the
No,
trade
he
day.
was right. The
Yeah.
NFL draft. There's
No,
a
no,
movie.
I'm
called-
just being-
You're
I'm just being
causing
an ass.
chaos. All right.
Too many,
Denzel
too
Washington.
many
So
voices.
sign up
Tom
to
Hanks.
that Die Hard program. It is a super deal, and of course, the big Super Bowl is this weekend. So no time like the present, and you get all the hockey stuff for an entire year.
This is for you, Sean.
Sean, have you seen that yet? The actual cannon that
This
T.O.
is our new
bought?
cannon.
No, I have
I
not
brought it
seen
up to the
that.
camera last time, and I got yelled at.
We're gonna give you a zoom in here in a
Uh-oh.
second. Oh
Look at
no,
this.
maybe not.
This is like live.
He's gonna try. This is gonna take forever because
This is what's good
It's
for
hard to
audio
do
Now
when
you
listeners.
can't
Yeah.
move it because it's
Ready?
going to screw up.
there it is.
Okay.
Hold it
All
up,
right.
Sam. Turn
All right.
it sideways.
Oh.
yeah.
It's pretty substantial,
It
right?
moves as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
Yeah,
heavy.
it's heavy.
like
It's
a-
well
like a-
made
like a
for a
paperweight.
one.
It is
was
not functional.
Wasn't it
1/16.
Kramer?
We were told it was
Didn't-
not functional.
No, that was George that said it moved. Right? George said that. Yeah. It moved.
Were those your friends from when you were
They
younger?
made a
or
lot
what?
of paella too.
Huh?
All right. So
This break is gonna
today
be hilarious.
It's a shower, not a
We are-
grower. No, it's a grower, not a shower.
he was in the pool, Luds. we are going to revisit our picks from the preseason because there were still NHL games last night, and we'll talk about the game in Florida in Tampa a little
What's
bit later.
the old line? I went to a boxing match and a hockey game broke out.
Yes,
Is that what it was?
Yes, very much the case. We'll get to that. But that means that there are officially no more games until the 25th of February. That's when the Stars play Seattle at home and the rest of the league starts at least. So we thought about 2/3 of the season's done, about a third left to go. This would be a good time to look at where the standings are and, more importantly, whether we were right or wrong when we made our preseason predictions. So, Brian, we can do this however you would like as far as who you want to show first. Sean is like, don't show my picks, please.
I don't even know.
Very wrong.
What's that?
Very wrong.
No, I totally agree. Let's go divisions first. We start there and work our way up.
Standings.
So, if you don't have the standings on your screens, be ready because we have them in front. So, go ahead. Sam.
Oh, yeah. Those are pretty good.
Sam, I'm going to read these just for our audio listeners because they won't be able to see this. Atlantic Division.
Wait, that's perfect.
The Tampa Bay Lightning, currently leading the Atlantic. The Carolina Hurricanes, currently leading the Metro. He had the Colorado Avalanche in the Central, correct. And the Vegas Golden Knights, who are holding off a suddenly 3-game losing skid Edmonton Oilers for the Pacific. So, Sam,
you're welcome.
That looks fantastic right now.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to our next contestant.
I think weren't a lot of these very similar.
I think so. This was mine. I had,
Oof.
The Toronto Maple Leafs in the Atlantic. That's wrong, and they probably won't make the playoffs.
I might have picked them too. They might not make the playoffs.
I was going to say, they had a little surge.
6 points out.
They won 3 in a row because I was about to suggest a couple players from the Maple Leafs that they might trade at the deadline. Carolina in the Metro. We have the Stars as the central pick, and then the Pacific, I have the Vegas Golden Knights. So obviously the Stars are not leading the Central, but
closer.
They are better than they're closer to leading the division than the Maple Leafs are. All right, who's next? Sean and Sam had identical picks.
There you go, Sean.
Tampa, Carolina,
better than I expected.
Colorado, and Vegas. Sean, are you surprised that these are so good at this point?
I am. I am ready for. I am ready to feel all the idiocy calls for how dumb I am. So any positives right now, I'm going to take right now.
I do like that. Okay.
Did I pick the Rangers again?
Let's take a look at Luds.
I think yours were pretty close.
Luds picked the exact same.
I thought I remember 3 of us having the same.
So you guys all know what you're talking about as of
I didn't
right
even
now.
know that thing
Tell
changed.
Owen to suck it.
Me, I have 2 of 4, so I'm at 50%. You guys are all at 100%.
Oh yeah.
Are you feeling better about?
I'm usually
this?
in your area when it comes to school and grades.
Okay, this is the first question. Okay, now remember, we're gonna make one rule here because we have divisions, we have the playoff conference champions, we have the Stanley Cup champs, and then we have the individuals. We are going to let, at the end of all of these picks that we revisit today, we're going to let each of you, and this was Sean's idea, have 1 mulligan, meaning
we don't need mulligans.
Yeah,
you do on this.
We're
first
perfect.
Board.
Can I buy your mulligans?
Yeah.
So you can make one change. Now, remember, this is not just divisions. We're also talking about the other picks. So you may want to hold on to that mulligan.
Trying to be cocky while I'm on top.
Yes, enjoy it. Because at the end of the season, we'll revisit this again and see if the mulligan was a good decision.
Now, do you get to take your mulligan for this particular first board there?
I'm not sure I'm going to make that. I'm going to wait till the end because
you're going to stay with
I
Toronto.
would maybe take Toronto out of it.
I'm not saying I'm not going to do that.
I thought you had to make it at the end of each little segment.
No. You get one.
Oh, you only get one for the whole time.
All the picks. Yes. Right, Sean? That was the idea. It's not
make
for
mine
each.
rookie of the year.
One for the whole thing. So we're going to see them all, and then you get to make, basically you get to take your most egregious probably.
Right now, I might do the Maple Leafs. But, Sean, what I might do is the Stars because I think Colorado's probably going to win the Central, but we'll see. Okay, so Ryan, let's go to the next level. So this is now, these are going to be the Cup finalists.
Hell
so
yeah.
The winners of each conference.
I'm cool with that.
Sam has Tampa winning the East and Vegas winning the West. You like it?
Yep.
Okay. Our next one, we're going to go to Sean again. No, me. Florida Panthers winning. Oh boy,
Oof.
I just
that one's tough too.
You're gonna have a tough time
Our
using your
playoff
mulligan.
wins
right
be
now.
tough,
I have the
Florida's in a lot
Panthers
of them.
in the East and the Vegas Golden Knights in the West. honestly, at the moment, I'm not sure Vegas wins the West, but the Panthers might not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, okay, Sean's.
Oh no.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
that was
wrong.
good.
That's
That was
his
good.
division
Leave it on
winner.
Sean
that
loves it. He'll take it.
Leave it
He'll
on that
take
one.
it.
Sean's got the Panthers and the Golden
Yeah,
Knights.
Yeah,
And then Luds,
Panthers just got to get in.
he has for his conference winners
Oh, we all had
Carolina
Vegas.
and Vegas. How do you feel about those?
Well, Vegas ain't gonna. Vegas is a nah.
Not right now?
No. So right now, that's going to be my only mulligan. I think that.
Who would you switch him for? If you did,
I guess I'd have. I mean, it'd be a no-brainer not to say Colorado. I mean, that's just.
Okay.
I don't believe in Colorado as much as.
So
everybody else.
here's the problem, though, guys.
Could be wrong.
Now let's go to the Stanley Cup champions.
I'm not going to be a
'Cause
homer and pick the Stars.
If you want to use your mulligan for your conference pick, Sam's got Vegas winning the Stanley Cup. I believe that I have Vegas winning the Stanley Cup. And I do. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't Luds also pick?
Nope. Oh wait, no,
Vegas
because I
to win
argued
the
with
Stanley
you guys
Cup?
that I picked.
Yeah.
There you
Carolina.
go.
I think Lutz has the
You
Devils.
picked,
Yeah.
you picked the Golden Knights,
Yeah.
and then Sean didn't. Sean picked the Florida Panthers.
We're all
Hey, this could still be completely true. They just need to get in the playoffs.
not a chance.
They just have to get in the damn playoffs.
They're not getting in the playoffs.
That's what I said
They're
last
done.
year.
Right
That's what we
now,
said
the
last
Florida
year.
Panthers are 8th in the
They're
wild
done.
card standings. They are at 61. They are 8
They
points
finally just
back.
hit the wall too much.
They've got to win like 20 of their last.
There's no
24
way
games
with
or-
all those teams in
They're-
front of them
yeah.
that they're going to climb into.
You got to hope
right?
that everybody else is losing.
So, Luds, you said you might use your mulligan for the Vegas pick for the Western Conference.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about Vegas pick for your Stanley Cup?
No. I now I'm distracted again.
What are we
Sorry.
waving at?
There's Elijah.
I'm waving at Elijah,
didn't
and I
even
have
see
no
him.
idea. What we're
R.I.P.
talking about.
Elijah.
Okay, so
No, I
now
I
you
might-
have Vegas winning the Stanley.
Listen,
We all
I'm,
three of us.
I'm kind of on the Tampa wagon all at the end of the day. I mean, to me, I don't know how you don't, but again,
They are the number one team
I don't know.
in the East. But what happens if Buffalo makes a run?
I
you know,
just,
or-
who right now
Okay.
who's going to beat Tampa?
So here's my question to start this. Okay, we're going to look at the awards, the individual awards in our next segment. And this was a question Ryan asked me, and I think it's a really good one. When you look at where we're at right now, not our picks, but actually where the teams are at in the standings, who do you think has the biggest surprises, good or bad, as we sit 2/3 of the way through the season? Who, like, when you look at these and say, is it Detroit fighting for a division
Oh, I know
title?
who I'm picking.
Is it the Buffalo Sabres making their
I knew who
first
I was going to
playoff-
pick. Now I don't because you
playoff
brought
pick?
up Buffalo.
It's what, 15 years, right, since the
Yeah,
Sabres?
that would be.
That's
That's my number two.
Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh is the one that stands out to me, at least in the East. I
Is
thought they
it
were gonna
Florida
be
being
doomed.
61 points and being way out of it?
I think Pittsburgh. For me, I take Pittsburgh and I take Winnipeg. If I'm giving you an answer from each, Pittsburgh being where they are is shocking because I thought they were going to be way at the bottom. Winnipeg being at the bottom is shocking because I thought they were going to be way at the top.
I'm going with the team of the GM that's sitting at the bar right now in Italy.
Minnesota,
Or St. Louis?
St. Louis.
Oh no, not Army. That team's not getting there.
Yeah.
No, I think now that you bring up Buffalo, it's hard for me now. I forgot about Buffalo. I mean, they're on a heater. So I'd have to say maybe with history and everything else, that is probably my number one right now. But Minnesota for me too. I didn't think they could sustain what they're doing. You know, and I know that the addition of Hughes is that could we pick one from the East and one from the West?
You can
That's
pick,
what I
no,
did.
for sure. No,
That's
this
what I
is
did.
biggest surprise is not just one. You can, as many surprises, good or
All right.
bad, as you want. What about you, Sean?
Negative. Obviously I have to go with Florida when I went in with quite the confidence to pick them to win the whole thing, and I didn't expect them to go and win the President's Trophy this year, but I didn't expect them to be 8 points out of a playoff spot at this point in the year. For a positive surprise, I'll go with San Jose. I don't know if they're going to get over the line, but between the steps that Celebrini's taken as a player, between, like, we knew he was going to be a superstar, but the way he's arrived, the way they're already, like, the fact that they were making deadline acquisition, it hasn't been the deadline, but the way they're trading for players and they're acting like a buyer, and we hear they might be buying again before March 6th. Like, I'll go with San Jose on that, because that's a team where they are, I think the plan and the vision was always there with Celebrini and Will Smith and where they were going and everything, but I did not expect them to hit the on ramp like this, and
Yeah.
so that I'll go
I
with
had
the
them
Sharks
picked
as
to
my
be
positive.
8th in the Pacific because we just thought that they were going to continue to accrue assets and young talent and work their way up, right? And I just didn't think they were going to take a step this year. I also didn't think Buffalo was going to be anywhere near being, even at the start of the year, once things got going, they looked terrible. So,
Well, let's be clear on something real quick with Buffalo. Let's be clear on Buffalo. Buffalo went and won many games in a row. They got hot for a bit. We've seen the Sabres do this at times over the past 11 years.
it's not
get the
there
job.
yet.
So, like, there's some of those teams that are there's some of those teams that are kind of in that where they're going to arrive or take the next step. I sometimes need to see some proof of life beyond the trade deadline for Buffalo for me to have any. I mean, as Luds knows, right? It's hard to win. It's even harder to win sometimes your first time in. So, like, it's you need that. There's a major learning curve, and there's so much experience gained from that first time you get in that. I'd be hard pressed to find the last team that won something and didn't have that playoff trauma, at least within 2 or 3 years before that they learned from. It's almost kind of a cost of doing business, I guess. Luckily for us, the Stars have done 3 years in a row.
Did LA? LA is the only one that stands out to me when they won their cups as the 8th seed. I feel like they weren't a big playoff team right before that. That's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head.
Just sort of sneak in and
because they were in as the 8th. They weren't. They were supposed to be like the kind of rolled in the first round. They won the cup. I don't remember them being
Blues in 2019. Yeah.
But
they went through.
They were in the playoffs already before that, and they were awful.
Yeah, but they'd been a playoff team before. Like, it's the whole like. There's everyone
talking
says,
about a long drought and then suddenly getting in.
Yeah.
Speaking of trauma, and I know we have to get to the ad break. As Sean, I didn't even thought about it, and then he brings it up. What would happen for Sabres fans if they see this run and they start to believe this is finally our year, and then they crater?
Well, they got a couple teams that are only 4 points behind them.
That's what I mean. But what happens if after all this, because I think the Sabres have been good enough that people in Buffalo are starting to believe. If they fall off the pace and don't make it again this year, is this just another a year in the life of a Sabres fan?
It's a tough year because they didn't even have.
I don't look at it like that.
Would this be
think
particularly cruel?
I think that this is the beginning of coming out of what has been going on for 15 years. That's the way. I guess if you're a level-headed fan and say, I think there's a lot of them that are going to say, oh yeah, they had this big thing and then just more of the same. Well, I don't think it's more of the same because this isn't just where they're winning 10 games and then losing 5 and 10. Their last 20 or 25 games has been something ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So they've put a stretch together. And Sean, is Lindy, is this his last year of his contract, or does he have another year left? You know, offhand? I know there's been talk about him next year wanting to go upstairs. Maybe it wasn't next year, but maybe it's when he's done coaching.
I think he has a contract with the team, but the scuttlebutt has been it's the type of deal that could easily it's an employment type deal that I think that could be shifted around when you talk about the going upstairs stuff. So that's my understanding on it. Don't hold me to the record on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is offhand.
With the three guys on this show that are just lightning at typing, I can't believe you guys didn't just pull up.
You know why I didn't?
I can't reach it.
Because we've got to go to an ad break. Your answer will be next year on the DLS Stars podcast.
Bang. Channel the fresh start energy of the new year and finally launch your business with Shopify. If you've been wanting to launch a business, now is the time, and Shopify is here to help you do exactly that. 2026 is the year that you can rewrite your story, own your future, and make your entrepreneurial dreams come true. Shopify gives you everything that you need to sell both online and in person. Millions of entrepreneurs have already made the leap from household names to first-time business owners just getting started. There's no recommendation, no limit. You do whatever you need to do. Shopify is there to help you get through it and streamlines the process all the way through. Marketing is also built in. So if you don't know anything about that, which most of us don't, Shopify can help you get all that set up with email, social campaigns that reach customers wherever they are and wherever they are going to scroll. In 2026, stop waiting and start selling with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/allcity. Go to shopify.com/allcity. That's shopify.com/allcity. Hear your first this new year with Shopify by your side.
Wild Fork Foods Meat and Seafood Market. I have a couple things to say about this because they're fantastic. First, huge thank you to Wild Fork because they provided the delicious meats and seafoods for our DLS Stars Takeover event this past Saturday. They brought in, Casey brought in from the Louisville store, the picanha, which was outstanding. There was I think it was a bison sausage. I might be getting that wrong. There was an Argentine shrimp. Look, unbelievable. But what you don't know is they have everything you could possibly want for your next meal at your house. All you have to do is go pick out meat, poultry, beef, you name it, seafood. They have side dishes. They have desserts. Ask Luds about the pies. They are fantastic. 9 area DFW locations. Check them out online at wildforkfoods.com. This is better than your average grocery store. All right, we're back here. And before we get to the individual stuff, I admittedly an overachiever. I did the whole 8 teams in each division at the preseason. So I didn't, you guys just did your division winners. I don't know if any of you actually listed them all out, but for my biggest surprises, I had, of course, Buffalo, and you know what the other one was? Boston. I had them at 7th. I thought they were going to be awful. A lot of people were picking that, and Boston's clearly better than we thought. I had Pittsburgh last in the Metro. They're doing way better than, say, like the Rangers. And I had New Jersey second and making the playoffs. It doesn't look like the Devils are going to unless they pull things around. San Jose I had last. Seattle I had 7th in the Pacific. That's obviously they're doing better than that. I thought St. Louis was going to sneak in as a wild card, as the second wild card, especially because of what Monty did with them last year, getting them to play well to get in and then almost beating Winnipeg. So I'm surprised how bad St. Louis is based on those picks. But my biggest surprise is the Toronto Maple and Sam's Winnipeg, right? Yep. We had Winnipeg. I had Winnipeg finishing second in the division, and they're not good. But Toronto, I didn't see Toronto being this mediocre. So to me, that's probably my biggest surprise, besides obviously Pittsburgh and Buffalo, is the Maple Leafs. So that was my surprise. All right, let's go to our picks for our NHL Awards.
Just looking at the stats,
right?
These aren't good.
And then when we talk about these, these are going to be all the awards for each person. So we're going to have to kind of go back and forth on that, as Luds is trying to get his power on.
What are you looking for, a leaf blower?
So while Luds does his thing, let's go right to our first list of our picks. Okay. And Ryan, we may have to go back and forth with these a bunch just because what did we pick? We picked 8 picks. So let's start with the Hart. We'll go right down the order here. Okay? Hart Trophy. Sam had Connor McDavid. Who do we have for Sean? We may have to rapid fire these back and forth a bit. So for the Hart, Connor McDavid. Sean had Connor McDavid. I know I picked Nathan McKinnon. And then Luds picked for the Hart Nikita Kucherov. Okay, Sean, we'll start with you. As you got Glenn Goldson. Do you like your pick as it stands right now after 2/3 of the season?
I don't mind my pick. That's not the one I'm going to change. As I have at least one of, I have at least one of the 3 finalists. Because, but I'm not going to be right. So, but I'm not. That one is
McDavid.
That is not the biggest miss on my list. So I'm okay with that.
MVP to their team.
Sam?
I'm the same as Sean. I don't think McDavid wins it because I think McKinnon wins it, but I think I was pretty close. Safe bet.
If I'm very happy with my pick for McKinnon, but if he doesn't win it, it might be because of Nikita Kucherov.
Yeah.
Are we talking about who's most important to their team?
Yeah, but think about keep remembering how they vote, not just
who votes.
How the actual
the other guys.
We pick who will win the award, not who we think should win the award.
Mine, I would take Celebrini. I'm just saying
there are picks that are better, but I don't think they'll make the
playoffs. But you can't argue with Kucherov. I mean, who
if the Sharks get in, if the Sharks get in, it's Celebrini. I really think that happens. I think if the Sharks do get in, I think Celebrini has a legit chance to win it. But I think there's too many people. There's too many of the, because he is clearly, of all the games we've watched this year, there's no one that drives their team as much as an individual like Celebrini. But obviously there is the precursor and the asterisk or whatever that some people throw on this award, that you have to get your team into the playoffs to be a legit candidate. And so for that reason, to me, it's either going to come down to McKinnon or Kucherov if the Sharks aren't in.
So this exercise is really, we're supposed to be guessing who the experts are going to pick, not who we'd pick.
Yes. I mean, we can do it either way, but this is more.
Experts is a loose
Yeah.
term. Experts is a loose term because it's a collection of hockey writers that vote on this, and as one of them, I don't know if experts is the right term. So
I just
two of them.
I think it's more, you say who's going to win it, or who would you pick to win it at the end of the year? Because you might not agree with who ends up getting voted, or maybe you would.
If you want to know who's going to win it, just look at the top of every stat on NHL.com, and that'll be the winner.
Yeah.
Well, these were predictions, right? Like, so predictions were when you have predictions are what you thought would happen in the end, right? So
not who you would pick.
Result. Yes, exactly.
Okay, so let's go to a quick follow up. Luds was asking about Lindy Ruff. His contract was a 2-year deal, according to our Google search, with Buffalo. So this is the second year of that contract. All right, let's go to the Vezina. So we're going to go back through these. Sam has Connor Hellebuck as the Vezina winner, who won the Vezina and the Hart last year for Winnipeg. Then we have for Sean, Andrei Vasilevsky.
Yep.
I had Jake Oettinger. And then Luds had Igor Shesterkin.
Oof.
Well, I'm picking a different Russian now.
Are you?
Yeah.
It's got to be Tampa.
No, I'm going with Sorokin.
Sorokin's been really good for the Islanders.
He's really good.
Sorokin.
Okay.
I mean, if until his injury, wasn't Logan Thompson one of the early favorites for the Vezina, Sean? What do you think as it stands right now?
I'm feeling really good about my Vasilevsky pick because I think he's the undisputed number one on the team that's gonna win the Eastern Conference regular season, and he's gonna get a lot of wins, and wins tend to drive a lot of how people vote. So I'm feeling that pick. I'm actually feeling pretty good about, and plus he's got the pedigree. So
he actually hasn't played as much either. Like I know, just looking at numbers, was he hurt? Did he have an injury earlier?
Yeah,
he did, right? So, but it's funny. Usually you look and it's like, oh, Vasilevsky's played 20 more games than everyone else, but Vemelka, Saros, they've all played 44 games.
So Jake Ottinger's wins he's top 5 in wins. That's the one thing I do have in my favor of that pick.
What about Brandon Bussey?
Well, but between Bussey in Carolina or Karel Vemelka,
Vemelka's a big one.
I think he's had a great year so far. If he gets the Mammoth into the playoffs, and I think Utah will be a wild card team, does he, with his, I mean, I guess his save percentage just isn't what Vasilevsky's is. That's the problem, right? He can be the workhorse for Utah, but if it's it's 920 versus 903, Vasilevsky over Vemelka.
It's a big difference.
I don't know if that's that close then, is it, Sean? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Vezina is a tough award too because it's a reputation does matter too.
Yep.
And so
I agree.
You have to have a year where you earn your reputation and then get it again, have to build on that. So
all right, the next one on the list is the Norris Trophy. The picks we had at the beginning of the year. Sam went with a very safe pick, Cale Makar. Sean went with Cale Makar. Yep. I did not go with Cale Makar. I went with Zach Werenski, and I really like that pick right now, and I'm glad I'm sticking with that. Luds, Quinn Hughes has a Vancouver Canucks logo on it at the time. Now it's going to be a Minnesota Wild. What are you feeling
I'm still staying with Hughes. I mean, I can't disagree with Werenski. I mean, he's been fantastic.
So good.
And they get into the playoffs. I would think he would do it. Makar is, slip point wide, things like that. But I think the addition of Hughes to Minnesota, and again, big move by Billy Guerin, but I think it's going to pay off, and it has paid off for him. But
he hasn't scored much. That's
what worries me. The other guy that doesn't get mentioned in any of this is Jacob Chikrin.
Yeah.
Last night he got 2 goals, and he's at 21 right
the
now.
only issue with that is I think he was at like 18 2 months ago or something crazy. Like he's had a huge gap after going out really quickly and scoring like just 14 goals.
See that now we're going back to the scoring again. I just think he's a really good.
Oh yeah, I just meant the goals.
Yeah, I just meant the goals. We have to talk about the kid in Edmonton who's leading the
league. Well, I'm not going to talk about him. So.
Not in a positive way anyway.
He's a plus 11.
Or Lane Hudson?
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Well, that's Lud's Montreal guy. Do you think Lane Hudson in year 2 deserves any more?
He's third in scoring.
Not over Werenski, not over Hughes, not for me.
He's above both of them in scoring. Though,
yeah, there's hole. Well, again, it doesn't matter if there's holes in his game defensively. I guess apparently for this. So,
Sean, is there any love for Darren Radish and what he's done in Tampa?
Not for I don't think for Norris.
Is it because he's more just the offensive side of the game?
Yeah, I mean he's a tremendous story with what he's done this season, but I wouldn't put him above some of these other guys. And I think you're gonna get this one right, Owen, with Werenski, because he's been like that's if he's had 20 goals already, and the way he has really, especially if he goes off of if Columbus makes a little push here after the Olympics and everything like that, like I think you're looking really good with the Werenski pick right now.
He's doing a lot of it 5-on-5 too.
One of the big reasons for me that I would lean towards him is this isn't a flash in the pan. Like he's just picking up from last year.
He was close last year.
So he's he seems to be for the last 2-3 years. It seems like he is now that guy. That this is who he's going to be each year.
Okay, up next we'll look Calder, Jack Adams, Jim Gregory. That's the GM. Art Ross and Rocket Richard here on the DLS Stars podcast.
Harry said, "Lindy Ruff, future ice girl." He wants to go.
Where's our Finnish Mafia hoodie? Is this my segment?
Oh, I forgot we were doing a live.
I was trying to somehow ease into getting you to shut up.
That's because I didn't say anything mean, eh?
I couldn't find my Finnish Mafia shirt this morning. I don't know where it is.
You have a shirt?
But it may be not the shirt, the
hoodie.
We do have it. We have a hoodie, right?
Yeah.
That's T.O. got.
You better have it because said you were going to wear it in Wisconsin.
I think I may have packed it already.
All right.
That might be why I couldn't find it.
It's with the batteries
today, and then I walked outside and I'm like, my God, it's 70
Good thing you didn't. Yeah.
So, anyways, you know why I got this one up here first?
Because Finland is going to win the gold medal.
No, I just want them all to come back healthy.
Yeah.
That's really that's all it is for me.
And bring Grayland back with them.
Again, let's call up Jamie Benn. Jamie Benn is putting one game on top of another. So the captain has found the fountain of youth for some reason. And so we'll see what he finds coming back from the break. And we have to at least go, since we spoke about it, can we get it to the Dallas, I don't know, shirt collection or whatever the hell that collection's
Are you
called?
talking about the face-off collection?
I'm talking about the face-off collection.
Just
see, I had part of it right.
No, those are
Not that. See, that's what happened. Not that one. See what happens. You don't have the collection one. I wanted to show the nipple shirt. All right. Well, anyway, my time's up.
Sam?
I just want everybody to know I tried to get to the Dallas shirt.
One foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking across the floor. Let's talk about YouTube Supporters Club. Harry knows it's where Sean. I know you knew what I was talking about there.
Yeah,
Supporters Club is where it's at. You get the exclusive badges for Harry. You get the exclusive emojis, all kinds of cool ones, including the Stanley Cone, which is in real life.
Did you say Harry?
Right behind me. Yeah, Harry.
I just got done talking about the nipple shirt.
The Harry nipple shirt is not available yet, but maybe in the future. True Sickle level stuff gives you access to all kinds of cool stuff, including behind-the-scenes videos. I know I say it all the time, but Luds cursing and screaming at Tanner for 7 minutes straight is a perfect example of that.
So good.
So go watch it. Join the Supporters Club now.
Tanner tried to throw me under the bus this morning, didn't he, with the whole pie tray?
Yeah, that's because I was telling him about it.
He missed out.
I was telling him, but he messed it up.
Is he up there sleeping yet?
Okay,
he went with key lime.
Before we get to the Calder, I want to ask you guys quickly about Miro Heiskanen and the Norris as we stand here after 57 games.
Sorry.
Miro is 11th, tied for 8th in scoring. He has 46 points. Same with Chychrun, Jake Sanderson in Ottawa, and John Carlson in Washington. He is not quite on the pace of Bouchard, Werenski at the top. Makar has slipped a little bit. He's at 57 points. I mean, only a point a game guy. But
not happening.
Is there anything that Miro can do in the final 25 games?
Not happening.
Does he need 30 goals?
Yeah, it's not happening. It's just it isn't. I mean, and the other thing that I could say, people say, about his point and things like that. Look at his supporting cast. Look who he's giving the puck to.
Yep.
When you look at a Makar, a Hughes, Werenski, they don't have a power play that's loaded like that. And I guess I know I'm stuck on the power play right now, but that's where a lot of these guys' points are coming from because they're so damn good.
Werenski has 46 power play points. Or excuse me, no, I'm looking at the wrong one. 46 even straight.
Yeah, Werenski's the lowest power
Bouchard
play.
has 22 power play.
No, we're not
points.
talking about him.
Hughes has 25. Miro has 18. So, okay, but
it ain't happening.
I still think it's right. Sean, is there anything that Miro can do this year to win this year?
I thought I was gonna be saved from having to answer this question. He's gonna need a on ice collision between Cale Makar and Quinn Hughes, where both blow out their knee,
and Zach Werenski.
All three of them.
I thought I was going to be excused from this question because I've given my opinion enough time.
Right.
I think that they could all miss the final 15 games and one of them would still win it.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the picks that we have for the Calder Trophy. That's the Rookie of the Year.
Oh, no.
And Sam
wrong.
starts with St. Louis Blues forward Jimmy Snuggerud. Hey, good young player.
Yeah, he didn't do what I thought he was going to do.
But no,
Starting to show it a little bit, though. He had a great goal against the Stars the other night.
he is tied for 9th in rookie points right now.
Yeah, he was hurt, too.
Okay. Next one,
No one got
No.
this one right.
No.
So it
Sean.
ain't going to matter.
No.
Axel Sandin Pellikka.
Sean
Yeah.
says, stick with it.
Not that one.
Just remember, we
What
all
is
have a
this?
mulligan, so if that's the one you want. Luds,
You playing over in Russia?
Who do we have next? Luds went with Ivan Demidov, and I looked at mine, so I know that I too went with Ivan Demidov.
None of us are getting this one right.
Luds,
He is leading.
Demidov has the most points
He is
of any
leading
rookie.
the league.
Wait,
Yeah.
are you thinking it's Schaefer and a done deal?
Yeah.
So he doesn't
I
have
don't
to.
know how it's not.
Why, though?
The kid's electric. Why? He's going to be a Makar, it looks like.
But Rookie of the Year is supposed to be the best Rookie of the Year. Wouldn't that pretty much always fall into scoring or a defenseman
I think
that's
he has
dominant?
been the best rookie.
He has, okay.
As an 18-year-old that's playing 24 minutes a night.
He is.
And he's
Yep.
got, I don't know, he's getting close to 20 goals. He's
Yeah.
probably
16,
got 16.
16.
How many? Yeah.
right
And
now.
he's
So-
only 5 points or 7 points
I
below
mean,
the leader.
And
so.
and from day one.
Yeah.
Like it hasn't been where they've eased him into this. I mean,
Is there-
Patrick went out there and said, "You're playing."
Yep.
I mean, and he really hasn't. Again, I don't get to see every single game, but when you watch him, you don't see. And the reason you don't see a lot of mistakes, and it's the same way with Makar and Quinn Hughes. The reason you don't see a ton of mistakes in their own zone is because they have the puck most of the
Yep.
time. You know, and like Miro.
Yep.
I mean, Miro ends up, in his own zone. It seems like a little bit more. But anyway, I just think for an 18-year-old kid that just got out of high school, he's doing this kind of stuff. I mean, isn't he going to break? Isn't it somebody's record? Is it Bobby Orr's record? Did Bobby?
It's got to be. I think it is. It a points by a
Is it points or
teenager
goals
maybe or something like? Yeah,
I don't know. There was
He's
some
gonna-
record. What is it, Sean?
He's gonna. Is he? It's. I think it's like 65 points is Ray Bork's record for.
Oh
points
no,
by
that's up by
teenager.
Leachy and those guys, isn't it? Is it Brian Leach? Who's up there?
I think it's Bork. I think Bork. Has
Oh
the
no,
most
I think
points
you're
by-
right. I think
Yeah.
Leach is up there in the top 3 or yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's what it is. Right. Yeah.
What about Sean? What about Beckett Seneca with the Anaheim Ducks? He's second in rookie scoring. The times we've seen him, he's looked
Such a good
really
shot.
legit. Does he
I
have
mean,
a chance? He's second. Demidov's first. Schaefer's third in points. I think that might be your finalists.
I think everyone here is underselling how difficult it is to be an 18-year-old defenseman in the NHL
For sure.
already, and then to do what Schaefer's
Yep.
doing. I mean, this is. Schaefer, when you look at the position and the scale and the team, like this may be the best one. This, and it's not going to be the points record because we've had forwards who have had that type of record, but being an NHL defenseman where you cannot be hidden, you can't be protected from matchups the way a forward can. This may be one of the best rookie seasons in the history of hockey. I'm just serious. Like that, just when you look at the credentials and the position he plays, might not be the points there. I'm already going to tell you guys right now, that's my mulligan because it's automatic. I'm using my mulligan on that one because I want to get something right at the end.
Want to
James,
get something?
James Neal was pretty good as rookie.
You didn't want to change the Florida Panthers Stanley Cup champions?
or his rookie 7 games.
No, there is a better chance of the Florida Panthers
about
winning
Fabian
the Stanley
Brunson?
Cup
That's what I was
than
thinking of, too.
anyone else. There is a better chance of the Florida Panthers winning the Stanley Cup than anyone else winning the Calder Trophy. So
you're
that is
saying
why
There's your hook shot
So you're
right
saying
there.
Snuggerud is like it's 50%?
Oh,
like half 50-50 flip.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the Jack Adams Coach of the Year. I have the same pick that Sam has. He picked Andre Tourigny of the Utah Mammoth. That was my pick as well. Sean had John Cooper for the Tampa Bay Lightning. He's never won it, by the way. Luds,
Feeling good about that one.
Glenn
Who
Gulletson,
did I-
Dallas Stars
Did I really?
You did.
on the
I
screen.
think he's your only Stars pick across the whole board.
And then of course you show my pick. I also picked Tourigny. John Cooper's not a bad guess here.
Yes, he is.
That
He'll
guess?
never win the award.
Bad guess for who's going to win
Oh,
the
yes,
Jack
he
Adams.
He'll never win the award.
Oh, yes, he will.
I don't think he will.
So
Oh, he will.
here's my
He'll win it
question.
this year.
If the Buffalo Sabres make
said
the
he doesn't
playoffs for
care.
the first time in 15 years, does Lindy Ruff win this award?
That's what I think.
Or if
No.
Here you go, Sean.
if Rick Bonus charges the Blue
Will you
Jackets to the
please
playoffs?
talk about the people that were missing with this team in the beginning of the year? No Hedman? I'm telling you,
You think
Coop will
Coop's going to win
it
this
year.
one?
Coop's going to win it
What
this
about
year.
Jared Bednar with Colorado if they end up wire to wire winning the President's Trophy?
It's
Anybody?
It's
I'm
Lindy
just,
Ruff.
I'm just letting Luds defend that I'm right about John Cooper.
Oh, is that who you're picking too,
Yes.
Sean?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, he had
no,
Cooper.
no, and I think part of it is I do think that there will be part of it from, I don't know if you guys vote or whoever votes, that it's about time. That people are going, it's about time we pick this guy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Belichick not getting into the Hall of Fame.
Which is ridiculous.
I mean, and it's about that. That's
didn't really
it's
do anything,
stupid.
though.
And you could say because you had the best quarterback in the world for so many times, and you had this and that, and there's probably some validity behind some of that stuff. I don't know, but for what they've done consistently, and it's sometimes they don't understand. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to manage some superstar players
For sure.
too. You know, and your goaltender, who you want to take out, he doesn't care. He ain't coming out regardless.
You have the
He's staying
biggest
in there.
villain in the NHL as your best forward.
And what he's had to do, even with Kucherov. I mean, Kucherov had a time, and I've talked about this before. There was a particular game 2-3 years ago where halfway through the game, Coops just sat him on the bench.
Yep.
And he's kind of changed. And I remember talking about that. And but yeah, when it comes to Vasi, he goes, it doesn't matter what I tell him. If he can come out, he ain't coming out. You know, it's just the way the guy is. And it's hard to argue. You guys are talking about it right now. Look at the way he's playing this year. So I just think that at some point, and I guess I'm going out on a limb then, but at some point, and I love what they've done from the standpoint of this whole Florida Tampa thing, going in our backyard. This is enough, guys. And so I'm believing. I don't know anything, that there was a conversation off season, or whatever, and saying this isn't going to happen in our backyard.
It started
anymore.
in training.
It started
camp.
in preseason.
Yeah.
They have in their 7 games, including that, over 900 penalty minutes.
Oh,
900.
I said 500. I meant
you undersold
900.
that, Sam.
900 penalty minutes.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they initiate it.
Yep.
They knew what they were doing. You know, the other clown started, but they've made a point to say, nah, no more.
Okay.
And they're close enough to the area of the neighborhood. They can say no more.
I just think getting into minds of voters, which is what I try to do in this. If Buffalo or San Jose makes the playoffs, one of those
So
coaches wins it.
Worsofsky or Ruff.
I think that's
would be-
too emotional of a vote.
I just wonder if Rick Bowness gets Columbus in. He comes in midseason and they
Coach of the year for 4 months.
Games. He won't have enough games.
maybe not, but that's a hell of a story, right? Especially after what they went through last year.
Yeah.
And firing their coach. All right, let's go to the Jim Gregory, which is the GM of the year. Dallas Stars GM Jim Nils won it 3 years in a row.
I'm going out on a limb and saying Jim won't win it 4 in a row.
I don't think so, but he's won enough. Sam got
Who does he have to trade for in a couple weeks
Bill
to win
Armstrong.
it again?
Well, it's not going to be Panarin. We'll talk
No.
about that next. But Bill Armstrong for Utah was Sam's pick. Sean, Stan Bowman for the Edmonton Oilers. I picked Bill Zito of the Florida Panthers.
Oof.
I'm not feeling that now, although he probably deserved it last year for what he did. And Luds went with Kelly McCrimmon
Well, that ain't
for
happening.
the Vegas
either.
Golden Knights. They did get Rasmus Anderson earlier, but who do you think at this point? My man, again, Sean, you always say this. This is voted on basically after the second round of the playoffs, so we're still a ways to go yet.
I think Stan Bowman's already won this award still, so I'm okay with that. Stan Bowman got Connor McDavid signed. Stan Bowman saved Canada. So like
Sean wants to give it to Andy Scott.
What if the Edmonton Oilers don't make it past the first round?
Yeah. I think they will make it past the first round. I think they're going to be in the Western Conference Finals. So I'm
Even
still
though
feeling good about my pick
We'll
there.
see.
They might want to defend and get some better goaltending to do
Yeah,
that, but
I'm
they've
not
always
sure I'm
they've
sold.
always not been so
Yes,
good.
they've
at those things.
Damn, that's good.
Lud's GM for you. Who do you think might have a best shot at the moment of being the GM of the year?
Is Tulski anywhere in there? I don't think Tulski's done.
For Carolina?
I don't know. I mean, he's a bit of a wheeler dealer. I thought he was a
He was aggressive
bit of
last
a
year going
wild
to get
card
rid of
in
him.
it, but
Just didn't work.
it doesn't mean that gets you that award. You know, what about Tampa? I mean,
Breezeball?
why not, Julian?
Yep.
You know, why not? Montreal?
Well,
Hughes?
Is what happens if just hypothetical here, because it's not supposed to come into play, but it will. What happens if Minnesota, unlikely because where I think the playoffs might go, but what happens if Team USA goes and wins gold, and then Minnesota,
Oh no!
and then
And they pulled
Minnesota
off
goes,
the-
He's gonna put Bill
and-
Guerin out.
I mean, honestly, he's
just-
not far
With-
off.
with
but
the
Bill
Hughes
Guerin
trade
could
as well.
easily
yeah.
I mean, nobody's had bigger stones than him
the
this
Quinn
year.
Hughes trade.
Yeah.
If the U.S. won
getting
gold, like,
Kaprizov done and going ahead and
Oh,
saying,
yeah, I
here's
forgot
the
about the
money.
Kaprizov.
Sean, that's
too.
a great call. That's a great
Yeah.
call. And the Kaprizov contract, as you guys said. Yep.
They
All right, let's
they'd
go
have
to-
to beat Dallas.
Let's try to do these two ones relatively quickly because we're almost out of time in this
We
segment.
could put Billy's picture up right now of him sitting at the
Art
bar.
Ross.
the one you have.
Let's do these together. Art
That would-
Ross and
that-
Rocket
that would
Richard.
be
So
very
scoring
impressive.
champion and goals leader. Sam had Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, an Edmonton sweep.
Big disappointment from Draisaitl on that front.
Then-
Or more so, ridiculous McKinnon.
And then we have for Sean,
40 goals already.
Connor McDavid and David Pasternak for the Rocket, McDavid for the Art Ross. I had
Feeling good
Nathan
about
McKinnon
one
for
of
the
those.
Art Ross and Austin Matthews for the goals, Rocket Richard. And then
That's
Luds
a tough one.
had Jack
Is this
Eichel.
Yeah, I knew
And
it.
William
This is where I made the
Nylander.
mistake with
Maybe you have a mulligan here, Luds.
Wee
But
Willie.
McDavid leading over McKinnon, who's been up at the
Funny,
top
I didn't know
by
we were doing
3
it this way,
points.
but I had McKinnon down. on my
McKinnon
thing.
has the goals lead with 40. That's just a bit of a surprise.
That's the one that,
for me.
that
And
shocks
maybe
me.
that's because of Rantanen not being there. He's shooting more.
McKinnon.
McKinnon, 40 goals.
Yeah.
I knew he'd be up there in points,
He's
but
a
I didn't think
surprising
he'd be
goal.
That's
above.
what I wrote down when you guys were telling us what we were doing. I wrote McKinnon down here, but I didn't know I forgot about this thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I go with Nate. I just think he's going to keep
Points and goals?
No, just goals.
Goals.
Just
Goals.
goals. I'm going with the goals.
I mean,
think
he'd have to.
McDavid-
Second is 34.
I got
six,
McDavid. I got
6 goals
McDavid.
behind him right
Yeah,
now.
I got McDavid for the other.
I mean-
I just think McKinnon's more determined to score than McDavid. McDavid wants to win, and he's
Yes.
okay giving it to Leon and
Correct.
McKinnon is plus 48 on the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just- okay, sure.
And he has 32 of his 40 goals at even strength because their power play is terrible,
Yeah.
which defies logic, but it's been that way for a while.
Yeah.
Sean, are you sticking with your Edmonton picks?
For
Or
the
your Edmonton, for Art Ross, you think McDavid
Did you have Bouchard?
holds off McKinnon and Kucherov?
I think I'm keep McDavid for the art for I had him for the scoring leader. For goal leader, I had Pasternak, which is not going to happen. So
Yeah, he's 22.
yeah, so
A
that's
little
not
bit
happening.
behind.
So,
All right. So, mulligan time. Any guy who wants to go first, go ahead and
I'll go
jump
first.
right in.
I've already made my choice. I just want one right at the end of the year, so I'm going with Schaefer for Calder. That's
the
my
smart.
mulligan.
That's the smart way to do it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to
Okay,
make
so
it
Sean
more.
has announced his mulligan as Matthew Schaefer
The pick is
as
in.
the Calder Trophy. Okay, fair enough.
Craig Ludwig is on the clock.
I would like to do the same thing, but I think I'm going to go a little hairier and go with Sorokin. Or Vezina.
Vezina. I like it. I'm going to switch my Stanley Cup champion from the Vegas Golden Knights to the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Okay. I'm torn because my Vezina pick of Jake Oettinger was from the heart and it didn't work, and I don't think there's any chance of that. But picking the one who wins, I've 2 or 3, right? Sorokin would be a good choice, Vasilevsky would be a good, etc. I think I'm going to change my division winner for the Atlantic because I think
Probably the right move.
Toronto Maple Leafs are not going to win the Atlantic Division. So I am going to make my mulligan because I'm trying to get at least one win, be the Tampa Bay Lightning to win the Atlantic Division.
Smart.
Because the Vegas Golden Knights could still win the Stanley Cup. I'm not sure they will, but that's my mulligan. We're trying to make our most egregious mistake correction. So
I didn't.
I'm going with that. All right, up next, let's talk about the Panarin trade, how it affected the Stars, and maybe a little Jake Ottinger talk here
Look
on
out
the
for Jimmy
DLS Stars
Snuggerud.
podcast.
If you are a big fan of Jimmy Snuggerud's, no. DLS Diehard. Become a diehard because we have all kinds of cool stuff. We do stuff like this all the time. We have awesome articles from Sean, from myself, from all the writers on the Mavs and Cowboys and Rangers. I know the Mavs have plenty to talk about because they traded their entire team. Cowboys probably soon to follow. So follow all those people. Read all the articles. You get 20% off merch, 20% off events. So when we maybe go to Cosm, or we do something cool like that, or we go to
I'm
do
being
a
careful
tailgate.
about saying anything.
Oh, no, I don't know
because
anything.
If
I'm
I say
saying-
it, then it doesn't happen.
I'm saying
always in
maybe.
trouble, so I don't know what's going on.
Maybe we do all kinds of, we go party at Lud's Hot Tub. It's all going to be 20% off merch, 20% off events, and you get access first because you're in the Discord, which we decided we're going to start doing more. Maybe an
We did.
all-encompassed Discord, I believe, not just Lud's, to give you a little bit of a break. But you get access first because we put that stuff in the Discord first, and sometimes it's only in the Discord before it sells out. So become a diehard, alldls.com/diehard, and guess what?
What?
60% off right now.
Yeah.
You're going to become a diehard.
Big game
60%
Diehard
off
sale.
for the big game between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks.
Very good.
Yeah. Hell
What's
yeah.
the
You got
over-under
it.
on that game, Ryan?
Big Sam Darnold guy from the Jets days, you know?
I'm going to guess it's 51.
I think that's high.
No, that's even too
two
high
really
for
good
that game.
defenses.
They have good defense.
I want to remind
46?
everybody.
USC versus UNC.
Oh, yeah.
in the quarterback position.
I want to remind everybody that we will be tomorrow at Wild Fork Foods Meat and Seafood Market in Louisville, right off of 121 Sam Rayburn Tollway and Josie Lane. So check us out. Sam and I will both be there. I believe Ben and Bobby will also be there. And Casey, who brought us all that food
Did you say
last
Casey?
Saturday.
I was thinking at about 2:00 I should be going through Kansas City.
Yep.
Not that Casey.
No, that's the Casey I was thinking
Casey
about.
DeSmith for Vezina.
But he's going to be cooking up a bunch of stuff. I believe lamb and
Tuna fish.
nope, Sam, that's not Big Daddy. Lamb and turkey meatballs, a bison chili, and several different types of chicken.
How many
wings.
games do you have to play to be
So
into the Vezina conversation?
it's going to be really
Right.
fun, lads.
I'm
Check
serious.
it out.
How many
Come
games?
see us tomorrow. Say hi. Get some great
I don't know that
food
there's a
samples, and of course,
So Casey could.
all sorts of meat and seafood from Wild Fork
and he'll
Foods.
play.
Check him out at wildforkfoods.com. Okay,
He'll
let's
play
now
tw-
you can ruminate about whatever.
He'll play 25.
No, I just want how many? Hey,
It
Sean,
would probably be 25.
Is there
if
a
was one.
minimum for goaltenders to be in the Vezina
There-
conversation?
There's no
Games
minimum.
played.
In fact, there's no minimum for games played. In fact, one year Ray Emery got a Vezina vote when he was the backup in Chicago because he went like 13-0-1. So that
Really?
Was that to what's his name? Crawford.
That was behind Crawford. So yeah, so there's no minimum on how many games played.
Be good when you
for
get
that,
a chance.
So, yeah. But speaking of Sam, we're making tuna melts for dinner tonight here at the house. So so tuna melts for dinner tonight here.
What
So,
kind of cheese you put on that?
usually I like a Swiss on there or
Oh, okay.
like a
All right.
provolone.
Fancy.
Yeah, there's Swiss or a provolone.
Dude
Swiss
so.
is
is
fancy.
cooked right now.
Yeah.
The tuna is cooked.
I don't think Swiss is fancy.
No, it's got the holes in it. It feels fancy. It's
Okay.
like you're wearing a suit.
Let's talk about Artemi Panarin's trade because Luds and I did a 10, 15 minutes on it on the pregame show the other night. Panarin traded by the Rangers to the LA Kings. They got a prospect in Liam Greentree and then a couple of draft picks, conditional third and a conditional fourth. The third is this year. The fourth, I think, is 2028, if I'm remembering correctly. Then they signed Panarin to a 2-year extension, 11 million AAV, 22 million total. And then the news following that, which we didn't have, was because Panarin was introduced at a Zoom call as a new member of the Kings. Didn't play last night, but he'll play right after the break.
The Kings didn't play much either.
Panarin basically said he confirmed the reports that LA was the only place he wanted to go. And the conversation was, Sean, Seattle 14 plus million AAV offer. They were willing to swing big, maybe even as much as $60 million over 4 years. And that's a bit of news on a side note of, well, Seattle didn't land Panarin. They're willing to take a pretty big swing there.
I will say, anything a player says in a press conference and for the first introduction with his new team, I don't usually take as full face value. When you say that's LA's the only place you wanted to go,
Yeah.
It's the right thing to say. So
Yeah,
that's,
because it was the only one that was going to give him any money or any term.
I have a hard time with that part. But yes, Seattle being in and reportedly willing to go 14 million plus for 4 years with him, I think was Elliott's most recent report on it.
Yep.
It's an interesting kind of commentary on Seattle because that team they are a tax-free state, right? We always hear about tax-free states, the advantage and everything like that. Well, if it was as simple as that, the Kraken wouldn't be where they are. Then more players would end up there. It's an interesting spot, like state of the Kraken for me on that, where this team entered the league and everyone thought, oh, look, they're kind of above the curve for what an expansion team would normally be before Vegas raised the bar 100 times a couple of years prior to now they're just kind of caught in this mushy middle that I don't know if they'll ever get out of in Seattle. And so good for them for trying, but that team needs somebody like Panarin. Like if I was Seattle,
I don't know if there's
like,
any place less desirable right now for a player.
In Seattle?
To put it real, it's in Seattle. I mean, people talk about.
Vancouver
I know that
right
weather
now?
is important
I
and
know
stuff.
the
Like,
city of Vancouver is beautiful, but
yeah,
their team is.
I think you just add the team being where Sean just said. It's been so long. They've been in that spot. They haven't really grown. They've had a good kind of stretch, a bad stretch. They made the playoffs once.
I mean, they might make the playoffs this year. They're not.
Yeah, no, they're not. Well, no
in a
one's
playoff
out
spot.
of it.
Yeah.
But I just think
But
it's
Seattle's in a playoff spot right now.
just one of those teams that's tough. They're going to have to swing big, and maybe that's why they're offering that big money because they know they have to jump it up 1 or 2 million more than anyone else because of where they're at.
You said no one's out of it. Technically, that's true.
Okay,
Vancouver's out of it.
Vancouver and Chicago may be out of it.
St. Louis is out of it. Calgary's is out of it. Winnipeg probably, although they seem to think they.
Calgary's
the
about to
New
trade
York
half their
Rangers are
team.
definitely
so
out of it.
For sure, out of it.
Sam, your thoughts on the Panarin trade of if the Stars made any sense, right? The return. Sean and I were talking about this before the show. It would be like trading ML Hemming and a couple of, I mean, honestly, a conditional third, conditional fourth. Third round picks still matter to a degree. Fourths and beyond, not really. But you're going to try to re-sign Jason Robertson. You have another year of control. There's no way with Robertson's deal that you'd be able to fit Panarin at 11 or whatever. Would it make any sense to have tried to offer up Hemming and those picks for a rental?
I mean, I would have done it, to be honest with you. I think Sean said it before. Like, at some point, you have to say, we are swinging big. Hemming could be, as Sean's talked about a bunch, he's got potential. Could be a real player here. But he also could not be.
Right.
And I just think, not that Panarin's the answer either, but they're missing scoring. They're missing guys that can play on a wing, that can create for certain players like Matt Duchene or for the top line. That guy answered the questions to all those things. I was thinking as soon as this happened, it's either going to be a money, someone's going to sign him for 6 years or whatever, or it's going to be they had to give up way too much, like in the Anderson trade, and the Stars would never do it. Now seeing it and the fact that he's only for 2 years, he must have just been term only, because if he could come play here, win a cup, maybe play for Dallas, and then go do it again, I don't know what the downside of that would be for him.
Do you think, Luds, do you think from a player perspective, there was something to Panarin about going to LA, being able to go there, not a ton of expectations? You know, the leader of that team, the face of that team, is going to retire at the end of this season, and a bit of the, hey, Kopitar is going to be gone, so next year he becomes kind of one of the faces of the team. Like, is there something, do you think, that from a player perspective about LA for the fit for Panarin, just being able to kind of the soft launch into, I'm the face of the franchise?
I think he's a big city kind of guy. You know what I mean? I think he likes the limelight, being in New York and, Chicago maybe. I mean, but Chicago's a nice city too. I mean, you got a little bit to do there too. But LA, I just think that might be the kind of guy he is. But I do, Sean, when you said the term thing, to me, there was nobody else well, I don't think there would be. I don't know. We don't know. I don't understand why he's going to LA. I said this right when it happened. I didn't get it, especially when Kopitar is going to be gone. Who's he going to? I'm wondering. But I like what Holland did, because he's like, listen, we score 1 goal a game. Yeah, we got to get him somehow. Somehow we got to get something, and maybe he's the right guy to help Byfield, or maybe he's going to play with Kempe. Whoever he's going to play with, he's going to help him. But then the other problem with Dallas, I said this the other day, he's not going to play on the power play.
Yeah,
I mean, like who do you take off the power play for him to fit in? But I just think there was only a team or two, or maybe that were willing to, because he originally wanted 4 years, is what I thought I heard, and so he found somebody that would give him 2, and then I'm imagining when they're the only team. I don't know who's got the leverage when LA is the only team that's going to give him any term. So does Holland have leverage? Does Panarin have the leverage? Do they just kind of share it and just say, okay, let's go halfway on this and let's see how it plays out?
What Elliot was talking about, I think it was on their podcast today or yesterday, whenever they did it. It was surprising how much leverage LA had in the conversation.
Well, in the talking of, they slow played extension talks with Panarin,
like he wanted 40 something or whatever, 4 years.
LA found out for their own homework that nobody else was off, that they were in the driver's seat, and that changed the negotiation. And maybe that's why it was 11 and not 12, 13, 14. And Sean, the other thing you said about Seattle, I just realized, is Seattle might make the playoffs, but they might not. And there's no way, even for 4 years.
Why would you leave to go to a team that's not going to?
Because if they were offering 4 years at $14 million.
I don't think he's the kind of guy that wants to chase the money. He's made tons of money.
I think he wants the extension but he wants, right. So
wants to win a cup.
To me, even if you had $60 million dangled in front of you, right? And we kept hearing some of the other cup contender teams that he was being linked to were out, right? Because
to me, it's a little bit like Tyler. Tyler won a cup a long time ago, and Tyler Seguin wants to win another cup.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Panarin won a cup a long time ago and wants to win another cup.
Yep.
Like that's what, and maybe that's not part of it. I just don't believe it's all about the money.
Is LA a contender?
Huh?
The LA?
No, I don't think they are. But they're the only team that would offer term.
Yeah,
that has a good chance of making.
Well, I don't know if they're the only team. That's what we're hearing.
But they are more of a contender. I will say they're more of a contender over the next 3 years than Seattle is.
For sure.
Oh, I agree with that. Yeah.
so
Oh, yeah.
like if you're looking at term perspective of winning, like if you're like, hey, I'm looking at this maybe more money from Seattle, tax free, yada yada yada. But the reality is, I don't see Seattle being a cup contender anytime soon. At least LA, you're like, oh, I can at least, it's close. They're closer. Are they one of the top 5, 6 contenders? No, but they're at least in that top 10 tier of teams in the league.
The guy that I keep thinking about is Mike Sullivan. Like when he agreed to, go there for 4 or 5 years or whatever it is, like I don't think he signed up for this. I mean, with all the guys that are leaving and now this one's gone and now they're going to tear it down, another letter and all this other kind of stuff. I mean, I'm thinking Mike Sullivan went there with anticipating we're a cup contender. Now they're not a cup contender anymore for the next 4 or 5 years or whatever it may be.
Chris Drury's gotten really good at writing letters.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're really good. They just use the same one over and
same one,
change a
just
few
copy
words.
and paste.
So I think we have to wrap this up, but I think the overall consensus is that it's probably good the Stars didn't get Panarin. He's a heck of a player, and if you imagine him playing either with Robo and Hintz on the right side or on the left side with Rantanen and Johnston, that would be exciting. But at what cost? And the Luds comment he made just now, but also in our pregame show the other night, was of which guy you're taking off the power play. And the answer is, I don't know how you could possibly. I mean, would you take Wyatt because he's the youngest, and then you're taking the number one?
Oh my God, he's only leading power play guy. No,
and that seems ridiculous, right? So I think it makes sense in the end that they didn't.
No, you go with 5 forwards. That's what you do.
Yeah, take Miro off.
Yeah, I for the cost and the term, don't do it. But
it just
come on,
Can you imagine if you take Miro off that? That means Harley gets no power play time.
We would have had no more. There would have been no chance Sam Steele would have been in the top 6 again, guys. This would have solved us so many show problems.
For sure,
it
would. I'd have nothing to write about.
Poor Ritzkovian fighting it out for third and fourth line again. All right, so they haven't gotten to them. I'm looking at the live opening ceremonies. They're not at the U's yet, but Jake, what do you mean now? It's been on for an hour. I totally forgot about so.
Oh gosh,
we saw some great stuff from USA Hockey Twitter this morning. Jake Oettinger and some of Team USA. That's Oettinger, second from the right, alongside Zach Werenski. Then on the left, a couple of Bruins, Jeremy Swayman and Charlie McAvoy, made it to Milan, and then they were getting fitted. Those are the outfits for the opening ceremonies. The sweaters, they had special socks, the hats, the jackets. What are those jackets called?
They look like what they'd be wearing in the war that Sean was talking about.
Oh, the Revolutionary?
Yeah.
No, it's not that old.
That's what it looks like.
No, Sean, you're a couple hundred years behind.
Yeah, Civil War, maybe.
Maybe. But they look great. I'm sure they're very excited. There's some U.S. Olympians. They're not quite into the walkout yet, but they're closer. So it should be a lot of fun. We will be back on Monday for our next show. Luds will be calling in from Wisconsin. I believe that Sean is booked for Monday as well. So
I believe so.
We thought Monday would be a good time to do a Olympic men's hockey tournament preview since the games start on Wednesday next week.
Can't wait.
U.S. starts, I believe, Thursday the 12th. So big thank you. We're a little over time today. For Craig Ludwig, Sam Nessler, Sean Shapiro, producer Ryan Vaughters, I'm Owen Newkirk. Have a great weekend. We'll see you as we get ramping up for Olympics next Monday. We love our
We all silly like the mayor.